Hi, I'm Doug DeMuro.
And I'm Tyler Hoover of Hoovie's Garage.
Hoovie has been wearing this shirt now for a year and a half.
It's a little spicy.
And today we are going to talk about cars.
Yes. Click the link in the description below, autotrader.com/oversteer, and you'll learn a lot more about those cars.
All right, today we are going to be talking about cars. What are you doing there?
Nothing.
That will go up in value. Cars that are going to appreciate in value.
Yes.
And I am going to start, because I feel that you might steal mine, old SUVs.
Yes, I do have a couple on that list.
Okay, I'm just going to name them all. Land Cruiser, Bronco, 4Runner, Defender, Grand Wagoneer.
They've all already gone way up in value.
Yeah, they've already gone up. We're in kind of a bit of a car bubble. In fact, before we even start this, I should say I don't know that a lot of cars are going to go dramatically higher.
Right.
I mean, some of these cars have just gotten so expensive. What do you have for old SUVs if you don't have these?
Okay, I can see the later for the
XJ Cherokees.
XJ Cherokees, there's still some value there. But
Yeah.
I think if somebody goes right now and buys a really cheap but low mileage H2 or Escalade from the same era, 2002 to 2006, puts it away like people did with the Wagoneer for 10, 20 years, that is going to go way up in value.
No.
It will. There's a whole generation of people that watched reality shows on MTV and VH1 growing up, and that was the car to have, an H2 or an Escalade.
It's
they're all going to be gone. They are all going to be gone. They're all going to be driven into the ground and gone in 10 or 20 years.
And we will be the better for it.
The ones that are left are going to be worth 30, 50 grand. The H2 and the Escalade of that era, the ones that were on all the TV shows that they all drove.
The problem is we have like an allegory of this, which is 90s Tahoes, which are similar.
It wasn't in the era of reality television, and those weren't aspirational vehicles.
But today, those aren't aspirational vehicles. Everyone agrees now that an H2 is like, ugh. That's
right now
not
they do. Yeah.
But the cars that go up never had that. Nobody ever looked at the E30 M3 and was like, well, I don't really want that. You know, it's like it got cheap and now it's come back up.
Right,
but
just like these two.
But this car that has developed, there's like a repulsion among a lot of people about these cars. That never happened with the Bronco, that never happened with the Defender, that never happened with the XJ Cherokee, et cetera, et cetera. The Land Cruisers never had that.
There were times when, well, not the Defender so much, but the XJ Cherokee was just a worthless beater.
It was just a used car, but it was never a car people actively disliked like the H2.
Controversial vehicles, yes.
I see that, but you've got to realize there's this whole new generation of going to be enthusiasts, and like, wouldn't it be so cool if I had that 2003 Escalade with those period 22s that so and so had on their
Historically, Cadillacs have never appreciated in value. I mean, 40s and 50s ones do, but 70s, 80s, 90s. Remember, people bought Elantes thinking they would. Well, those cars are worth 10 grand. You know, any Cadillac from the 70s, the 80s, the Eldorados, they're worth nothing. Why is the Escalade an exception? It's not.
There's going to be zero left. And it was the aspiration vehicle of the mid-2000s. We've already missed the boat on all the aspirational vehicles of the 80s and 90s, pretty much. They've all started to go up in value. They're going to the Escalade. The time is now. The H2. The time is now.
Grand Wagoneers, you used to be able to get cheap, and
the first one that I bought was mint with 80,000 miles on it. I paid $4,500. Exactly. So it was like a 22nd birthday present to myself.
They've gone up.
And that's a $30,000 rig now.
I think they're going to go way more up.
I guess so, but
more likely than the 03 Escalade.
You could buy one right now with 60,000 miles for maybe $8,000, $9,000, $10,000.
An 03 Escalade?
Yeah, and put it away.
Yeah, you're the kind of guy who would have put an Elante and a Riata away.
I wouldn't do that.
But you would have back then.
That was not
doing this 10 years ago. You'd be like, oh, the Elante and the Riata are worth big money.
That was not an aspirational car. There's only that.
The Elante, they flew the bodies in from Italy.
Yeah, that wasn't an iconic like. That's what all the movie stars and the singers.
Iconic, I think, for a bad thing. It'd be like saying the Aztec is going to go up in value.
Perhaps.
The Aztec's going to go up in value.
Perhaps. Yes.
No, I think that's
a joke.
More likely.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I got another one. I'm going to pull out my little list here. Another one.
Oh, you're going to laugh at me and get angry. Carrera GT.
It's already more than double its original price.
I think it's going to go way higher. Carrera GT, in my opinion, is the pinnacle of what we could do with engineering and sports cars and the combustion engine. That was the greatest it ever got. And after that, there are now many great cars on the market, but they're all the new supercars are hybrids, etc., turbos, a lot of screens technology. The Carrera GT was the single greatest example of that interface between driver and machine that has ever existed and will ever exist, because now we're in a different direction.
There's a couple of issues with that. It's too new, and it's already getting very difficult to fix these, even though they're not that old.
I agree with your point, but F40, they made the same number of F40s. F40s are right now worth double what Carrera GT is worth. Carrera GT is a more modern, better to drive, faster, more thrilling, and only the Carrera GT was the pinnacle. The F40 was an amazing car along the way to the pinnacle, which is the Carrera GT. And there is no reason, in my opinion, why F40s are selling for twice what a Carrera GT is when you have the same production numbers. And I think too new is the only reason. And I think we are going to look back on today and be like, boy, I wish we had put every penny of ours collectively into one Carrera GT, because it'd be worth $2 million in 10 years.
Maybe, but that's so unattainable for most people. This is like, you can't go and buy. I mean, okay, we're talking return. If it's
you want to talk return, let's talk return, buddy.
We're going to pay $600,000 for it right now.
Right now, $700,000.
And in 20, 30 years, it's going to be worth $1 million. Well,
no. So you're going to pay $700,000 right now, and in 10 years, it's going to be worth $2 million.
Okay.
During the recession, F40s were selling for $300,000. That was 10 years ago. Today, a US F40 is a $1.5 million car.
That's a Ferrari. There's so much storied.
I don't see a reason. I agree with you, but I don't see a reason why Carrera GT cannot do that.
Carrera GT is famous for not good things, along with good things.
Carrera GT, the pinnacle of what we could do with a combustion engine sports car. That was the best we ever did.
Yes.
As a people.
It has a 996 gauge cluster. It has a lot.
Hey, the F40 has stocks and stuff from Fiat. I'm correct about this so far. So far.
Okay.
All right, your next one.
A Viper, an early Viper.
Yeah, like the first couple of years.
A 1995 Viper that's red.
Well, don't you think 95 is a little too late?
Well, it's still the first generation, but
yeah.
They have air conditioning pretty much standard at that point, which I think people are going to want. Because the early ones have AC.
Yeah, but the early ones, 92, 93,
right?
Those are so cool.
They are cool. I mean, 95s aren't that different. I think it's 96 is when they changed it.
96 was the facelift.
Yeah.
Or they call it the second generation, which is laughable. Yeah. I still think that one of the great value cars is frankly the blue and white one that I had, 96, 97s. Those are selling for mid-30s.
Right, and these are mid-20s for these. My friend Bob just picked up a beautiful turquoise one for $25,000.
Really?
The rare color one, and I got mine for 19 with bad head gaskets. But it's nice now. But if I was going to sell it, it'd be about $25,000.
Yeah,
that's way cheaper.
I don't think that car will ever be just because they made so many, I don't think it'll ever be a really valuable car, like on the level of have a Carrera GT $500,000 or something. Mm-hmm. But I think they're totally undervalued. I can't believe that I was able to only buy my 97 for $33,000 and sell it for $34,000. I think it's absurd.
And people are still driving them a lot because they're cheap. The tires get old and rock hard. They're still crashing them, so they're dying by the day.
And they're cheap enough right now too that it doesn't. That people crash them or they neglect them, and so there's attrition.
Right.
Which is not true of a lot of the other cars that we're talking about.
True.
Or at least the cars I'm talking about. There's a lot of H2 attrition. But I don't think that car is ever going to really shoot up. But I agree with you that how could it ever be so cheap?
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, because it's an icon. It was what a car.
Totally, it's the cheapest poster car available. Right?
Yeah, it is
by far. And
that's a great way to put it.
There's no way that's going to last.
Yeah.
Here is an interesting one that I'm surprised by, but it's clearly the trends are already going that way, is the Honda S2000 and the S2000 CR, which was the car that came at the end of the S2000, right?
Right. You're already about 3 or 4 years late.
A little late.
But yeah.
But I would actually argue that better late than never. I think if you buy a nice one now, you'll still do pretty well on it because we're starting to see the values of these things. Who knew that if you wanted to make money, we should have just bought S2000s and just put them in a warehouse?
That's true, but if Honda decides to do it again, that's the scary thing. If they do it again, do it well.
I don't know. Do you think that? I mean, is there really an effect of the new model on the old? I mean, when they come out with the new SL, it doesn't affect the 190 SL. When they come out with the new Ford GT, it doesn't affect the old.
We're not far away enough yet. So the Supra, if they had just kept going, it probably wouldn't be this mythological beast.
But I think that I agree I'm a little late on S2000, but I also think there's more to go.
I think so. That's just a fantastic car.
It's a great car.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't make it. They made a lot of them, but not like the Miata.
Yeah, but I think the Miata's a good one to put. If the nicest Miata ever right now, you can buy.
That's on your list, Miata?
What?
That's on your list, Miata?
Yes. If the nicest, I'm talking about the nicest specimens are still out there. There's still so many people that bought these and didn't drive them. They have 10, 20, 30,000 miles on them, and they're still like $5,000 to $8,000.
You know what the problem with Miata is? That they made a zillion of them.
I know, but there's not going to be nice ones left.
You know, people say that, but look at MGs. That's my like Miata from back in the day.
But it's different. The MGs.
Is it though? They made a million of them. They're 2-seat rear-wheel drive. The people from back then, oh, it's my little sports car, and they made a million of those, and those have never become valuable, and they never will. There's just too many of them.
I think it's not the MG. It didn't register. I don't think it has the same. Same following, but not even close.
Those people it does, just like to Miata people going forward, the Miata will.
Proportionally, I think there's a lot bigger Miata following, even though there's a lot of cars, and it'll be tough where somebody has that 95 Merlot Mica M edition with the BBS wheels and the Nardi stuff, and it's only got 10,000 miles on it, and you can buy it right now for $8,000, and that.
The problem is a lot of people preserve Miatas. There's a lot of low mileage Miatas.
There is, yeah. There's a lot right now.
And there's just a ton of Miatas. It's just, there's too many cars. There's too many cars for them to ever be valuable.
You say that, but there's a lot of cars that have gone up in value. There's a lot of them.
Not that many. I mean, there's millions of Miatas.
Okay, fine.
Don't you think?
I just want my own cars to go up in value, Doug. This is my own. I'm trying to help myself right now.
Are you only naming cars that you own? What was your second one?
The H2, yeah.
Yeah, the
H2 and the Viper.
The Viper. What's your next one?
Okay. Oh, that was mine. Yeah. I'm gonna have to think of ones that
What's your next one? Pull out your list.
Yeah, Mercedes. Yeah.
The SL, the R107?
No, not the R107, but Mercedes in general.
How many
Any
Mercedes do you currently own?
It's a few. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Do you also think property in Wichita is going to go up in value with large garages? People, buy that now.
There are some Mercedes that are undervalued right now, though.
What do you think?
I think the 129 SL, the one from the early 90s that ended in 2002, I think those are great buys right now. And they
You don't have one of those, do you?
I did.
But you don't currently?
I do not currently.
I think the later years of that body are some of the great, most attractive Mercedes back
Yeah, I had a 97 SL600 that I just sold for $15,000 with, it was like 70,000 miles, and it was
that in itself
nice.
Is a marker that the market is going up on those.
Well, yeah, I mean that's always was kind of like the top money for that car.
Okay, so those are the cars that are going to go up in value.
Yeah,
all of Tyler's cars.
All of mine.
And then several.
Every last one. They're for sale if you want to buy them. Well, actually, not all of them.
You should hold on to them. The whole point of this is.
Well, this will go out, and I'll give you a price about half of what it's going to go up for in 10 years. I'll make it a good deal.